Hello everyone, my name is Spencer Lewis, and thank you for checking out my blog. I thought about different things that I wanted to blog about tonight. Things like, should I give more tutorials on Adobe Spark? Should I talk about startups going on to Reno? Different things came to my mind, but due to recent events, I thought I would talk about something different. As most of you are probably aware by now, there was an attack that occurred in Orlando, and it was one that was fueled by hatred and intolerance. And the result of this attack was approximately 50 people dead, and this took place at a gay club in Orlando. I'm saddened, and I'm sorry for those that were part of it, and I'm sorry for the families that have to live with it, that lost those. I'm sad that anyone could have felt the need to commit such heinous acts of violence, that they were pushed to a point where they think that was the answer, or that was the solution to a problem they had. The thing that I want to talk about now is what happens after. We've become so numb to what goes on in our world, and we see things like this that occur. We see these heinous acts of violence and these mass shootings and these acts of terrorism. Now, regardless of where you stand on the issue of terrorism, where you stand on the issue of gun control, I think you can agree that this was something that shouldn't have happened. Politicians, thought leaders, religious leaders are going to come out and they're going to say a lot of things. They're going to talk about the gun control. They're going to talk about terrorism. Unfortunately, they, in addressing these issues, are addressing symptoms, and they are not addressing the cause. Terrorism is a symptom. Gun violence is a symptom. These are symptoms of problems that go very deep. And so what I really wanted to talk about now is what we can do to start addressing causes. And what I'm here to say is, I think that we are becoming, or that we are asking too much of our politicians, our thought leaders, our religious leaders, and that we as a society need to take more control, and we need to do something about it ourselves. It's that we understand that there's a problem. So in order to address the cause, what we need to do as a society is we need to get to the source. We need to find the root. Now, I work personally a lot in accident and safety investigations, and when you're trying to find the root cause, you have to do a few things, and most of which is you have to ask why. And you have to do it probably about 4 or 5 times. Why does this happen? Well, a lot of it happens and it stems from misunderstanding, miscommunication, which in turn translates to fear of change. And in that fear, it prompts people to do heinous acts of violence because they know no other way. And this is my call to entrepreneurs. As you know, an entrepreneur is essentially just someone who's trying to solve a problem for others, and they look to do it in an innovative and creative way. I think we need to call upon people to try and innovate, to try and find creative ways to address these problems. This is social entrepreneurism, or entrepreneurship at its heart. I mean, this is people addressing a social problem that is pressing on everyone. It's not just the United States, it's around the world. And so I guess now what I'm saying is that if we really want to talk about how we're going to fix the problem, let's not wait on anyone else. Let's start thinking of ways. How can we as a society going about addressing this education problem, this cultural norm? I think it's going to have to start at the root, and then we're going to have to find ways to build upon that. So once we address the root problem, then we build out from there. And if we can do that, things like gun violence, things like hate and terrorism will fix themselves because, again, they are problems. They are not the root cause. Anyway, that's all I've got tonight. That's just my 2 cents. This probably won't go much farther than the maybe 10 or 11 of you that watch this, but I hope it will inspire some of you to at least just get the conversation going in how can we as a society address this. And my only hope is that when you think about it, that you start thinking about the causes and not the symptoms. I think if we have more of those conversations, this is what's going to lead to a real systemic change. If you like this, feel free to subscribe to my blog on my website at spencerlewis.com, spencerclewis.com, or follow me on Twitter at spencerlewis88. Thanks for watching.